Damn it, Activision! Just when we thought Black Ops 4 couldn't get any worse, it looks like Black Ops 4 is definitely getting worse. Of course, who do we have to blame for this mess? We have Activision to blame for this mess. Of course, when Activision is behind a game, of course, something is bound to go wrong. And what do we have this time in Black Ops 4? Well, it looks like there's finally loot boxes in Black Ops 4. Yes, we're going down that path because, of course, when Activision is involved, they want to do all the worst things possible to their video game. They pretty much want to make it a complete disaster. So it's really no surprise at this point in time that Activision would put loot boxes in Black Ops 4. You may remember when Black Ops 4 first came on to the market. You may remember that game was perceived very well from the community, from the fans. Everybody liked that game. And then a little bit after, they started putting microtransactions into the game. And one of the worst things they did with the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 game was the fact that they actually put reticles in Black Ops 4 that you could pay for. Like, for instance, you can get a red dot sight for like $1, and then if you want to upgrade it to a smiley face red dot sight, you can do that for $2. And those were things that were already in previous Call of Duty games, so that was really shady of Activision for doing things like that in Call of Duty. But it looks like we're not quite done with Call of Duty. Of course not. They want to ruin their games as much as possible. So here we go again. They're back in the news for putting loot boxes in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. What are we talking about? We're not just talking about cosmetic things in these loot boxes. Now, these loot boxes, looking over here, they're 200 COD points or equivalent to $2 if you want to buy these loot crates in Black Ops 4. And these loot crates don't just give you cosmetic items, they actually give you these specialized guns, and apparently these specialized guns give you an advantage because you get more XP with these guns, and they do give you advantage. Now, to Activision's defense, they did say that you can get these in-game guns by grinding in Black Ops 4, so I think every 2 hours you play the game, you'll be able to unlock some of these guns. But the thing is, it just takes way too long to unlock these guns, and you got to take in consideration there are people out there that are going to pay for these loot boxes and get these guns before you get these guns. So it does kind of suck that Activision is going down this road with Black Ops. They can't just throw in loot crates with cosmetic items. They have to throw in loot crates that kind of give you an advantage in game, and this is just unacceptable. But to be fair, we're not really surprised when Activision's behind a game. They like doing all the worst things, and this is just an utter disaster for Activision. Activision likes milking the heck out of you when it comes to video games, and it's just unacceptable. You can actually see what EA's doing now with the recent Apex Legends game. You guys know the whole EA thing with Battlefront 2. It was a complete disaster with microtransactions, but it kind of looks like EA has kind of learned their lesson because Apex Legends really doesn't have anything crazy when it comes to microtransactions, and that game is a free-to-play game. You also have to take into consideration this game is not a free-to-play game. Black Ops 4 is a $60 full release, and that's expensive. That's a full-price game, and you're expected to buy these loot boxes that give you an advantage in game. Just freaking unacceptable. It just honestly blows my mind that Activision just likes destroying their game. How come they have to make a game that's received very well from the community? This is one of the best Call of Duty games in quite some time, and then they have to go down this rabbit hole. Of course, I'm not really too surprised. It just sucks. They like destroying their own games. Why, Activision? Why? Why do you like destroying your own game? It's just freaking unacceptable. It just freaking sucks that this game was just a very good game. Now you're giving people advantages with these loot boxes. And one thing I didn't even mention about these loot boxes is the fact that if you buy these loot boxes for $2, you can actually get duplicates. That is just freaking unacceptable, and apparently there was a guy testing this theory out to see how common it was to get duplicates of things in these loot boxes in Black Ops 4, and apparently it's pretty common because in like the first time he tried it, he actually got a duplicate of the same thing, and he just wasted freaking $2. No matter how you look at it, you're wasting money in these video games anyway by buying these loot boxes because once the game gets old, no one's really going to care anymore about it. So, like, why waste your money on these loot boxes in the first place? It's just that I'm very disappointed in Activision. Activision is one of those developers that's just freaking believable. They really need to go. They just really need to go somewhere. I don't know where Activision needs to go, but they need to stop being in the gaming community. They just like ruining the gaming community altogether, and just utterly sucks that now Black Ops 4 has loot boxes and loot crates in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and the fact you can get duplicate items in this game just makes this thing freaking unbelievable. So too bad all you Call of Duty Black Ops 4 fans 4 fans, excuse me, Activision just gonna keep ruining your game. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from My Tech News, signing out.